Hi everyone, come on in. Give the good cards a good shuffle. I am early, but I did have the foresight to be able to set a little post up so that you know I was coming on. Hoping that you are having a lovely weekend. Hope that you get a long weekend for this Family Day / Heritage Day long weekend. Kids are pumped. Snowing again. They are having an abundance of snow days at school this year, and then we're into a set long weekend. They are just living their best lives. Woo, the cards are jumping. So I'll give you guys an extra few minutes to come and find me since we are on a little bit early for our weekly guidance. Hi, Amy. Hi, Marianne. Hey, Sherry. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Allison. Awesome. All right, give the cards a good shuffle. Let's see what we have in store. So this is your general card read for the next 7 days to bring through what it is that we need to know. We do within this week have the turn of the Chinese New Year. So really excited for that. Really felt, what's today? Sunday? I think it was Thursday, Friday. I really felt a shift happening. Light, it's almost like something clicked and released. And I was like, love it. The sun also came out, which was really good. But this one day, yesterday it was sunny. I just felt like I was on overdrive. And today it's like I'm like a sun hangover from all that extra energy out yesterday. Because I am absolutely a plant when it comes to sunlight. And now today is a little gray. We got the snowflakes happening. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Awesome. I'm so happy you guys are seeing me. I'm just giving the cards a good shuffle. Excited to see what the store has to bring for us this week. Let's jump into it. Thank you. Awesome. All right, so let's go. This is our general card read from February 15th through to the 21st. Wrapping up a Chinese New Year. We had our love day yesterday, Valentine's Day. I hope you guys all treated yourselves, reminded yourselves of how amazing you are as well. Really excited I just feel very excited for these cards. So I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 face down. Let's see what they're saying. Financial security. So there is relief is what they're saying coming in financially. Okay. Financial security for yourself and your family, inheritance, retirement, peace and contentment in your life. Also family security, right? And so if we're worrying for those who we love, family tree, pride in our family, that type of thing. What's so interesting about this is like, I felt this kind of rewiring of our baseline. So if our baseline is scarcity, if our baseline is worry, there seems to be a shift there. Please make sure that you bring your awareness to this. Your ability to navigate and shift gears when the universal gears shift is very important, okay? I think we all know someone we can think of in this moment who is clearly so deeply blessed, but their mindset prevents them from seeing that, from living a blessed in abundant life, right? And so we want to make sure that we have that self-awareness for ourselves. And when we are in a transformation and we are in an energetic shift, that we allow ourselves to shift. It's not a flip of a switch, right? Especially this last, down in the trenches was about 3 years long. So it's going to take, a minute or two to be able to truly shift out of that. But have your mindset, have your awareness there so that you aren't creating an uphill battle for yourself when there is no uphill battle. Wanting to be intentional. So again, we come into the new year where we're very intentional, we're very excited. And now here we are about 7, 8 weeks later, and we're a little bit wishy-washy. And so this would be a really great opportunity this week to reset your intentions, to reset your focus. Okay. And so give yourself a bit of a time to go, okay, hang on. What is it again that I want? What feeling in my life do I want? And this year, the manifestations, yes, there is going to be material abundance coming into this year. This is a result of the internal abundance that you are creating and you're prioritizing for yourself. And so we are guiding to, how does your life experience feel, right? How does your life experience feel? When we feel abundant, we manifest material abundance. Okay. And so wanting to have this focus on, I want to have a life that I feel enriched in, right? And what does that mean for you? It's not so much about accumulating or having. All of that is ego. When you are prioritizing that abundance in material abundance, financial abundance, maybe recognition, notoriety, abundance, all of that is as a result of feeling inner abundant. Can we get that without the inner abundance? Yes, but you will not be able to keep it, right? And so if you're going to get it, you want to have the foundation to be able to keep it. Okay. And so when you are so centered and filled and feeling abundant in your life, then when you attract material abundance, you know you're worthy of having it. When you attract love, when you attract opportunity, you have the worthiness and the confidence to be able, in the foundation to be able to support it and keep it. So this is why, even though, and I know as humans, we want things. I get it. Or truly enjoy it. Exactly, Robin, right? I get it. And I know for years and years and years, a lot of the manifestation talks, a lot of the vision boards is, this is what I want to accumulate or consume, right? And so if you focus on the feeling, then the abundance and how it comes to you and you attracting that is limitless, right? And so you want to, if we're looking at wanting more love in our life, right? What does that feel like to you? Right? And hold that and how can I give that to myself in the meantime? How can I create more of that for myself? Right? And so if we're looking for financial abundance, and so, okay, what does that feel? Because it feels like relief, right? If you really go, well, why am I wanting that? Why is that my desire? Because I want to not have to worry. Right? I want to have the feeling of security. Well, how can I create that for myself now? Right? What steps can I do? Because holding it has to be followed by action. You still have to do the things, right? And so how can I create a version of that now so that I start to feel abundant? And money is just energy. And once you start attracting, then it's just an endless flow, because you're out of disbelief or you're out of fear, right? And so if you get a coupon in the mail, thank you for the abundance, right? You get a little break or a little deal here, or maybe a little pay raise, or maybe there's an opportunity to work overtime. Thank you, universe, right? It comes in many different ways. It very rarely comes in as a lump sum. So if you are banking on winning the lotto, you are going to let down. You have to create the abundance for yourself. You have to bring the abundance in. And I think that this is so important, right? We are the co-creators of our experience. You have to figure out, what do you truly desire? What is it that you truly want? Then hold your focus on it and to bring it in, right? And set a reminder, right? It's hard to stay focused in everyday life. Absolutely, Anne. This is why it becomes a practice, right? We want it to be a practice. So let's set a reminder in our phone, right? Maybe we bring in the practice of gratitude. Start your day with 3 things you're grateful for. End your day with 3 things you're grateful for. And just so that you get that habit, right, of refocusing your mind. It doesn't have to be a full-time job, right? We think, oh, I don't have time for this. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. Set a reminder in your phone, get a pretty journal that'll make you want to write in it, right? Whatever it is, but have it as an extension of you. And then we do have to remind ourselves. We do forget. We do get distracted by the hustle of everyday life, right? And this is why they're saying, oh, look, we are, whatever it is, 7 to 9 weeks into the new year, it's time to refocus. We all kind of went, right? All of a sudden, a lot of things that a lot of our expectations have shifted already within this year. So let's refocus. Let's go, okay, what is it that I'm wanting this year again? Oh, yeah. I'm working on connection. Oh, yeah. I'm working on peace, right? Whatever it is, let's bring that back in. Okay? There's the victory card. I don't know what this is, but it gave me a chill up my back. We're very excited about this. This feels like a win. I feel like it is a representation. It is a tangible representation of the hard inner work that you've been doing. Maybe you're getting a new truck. Maybe you're getting a new home. Maybe you're booking that vacation. Maybe you're going on a trip. Maybe you're finally done purging that last closet. Maybe you are treating yourself to sushi, whatever that is. Right? Whatever this is, it's coming in as a celebration. It's coming in as a victory. We're very happy about this. And what I love about this, it very much feels like a ding, 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 like a across the victory line, right? That's what it feels like. Hi, Kate. It feels like we're crossing the victory line, that this is not only something that we get to physically experience and that is tangible, but that we feel like finally, right? Finally, this is bringing through success. It's bringing through prosperity. It's bringing through a prosperity mindset. Very much a physical, symbolic representation of the tides are turning, which I think is holding such power because everybody has been yearning for so long to be able to have these wins come in. Is exactly what you need, right? It's exactly what you need. It's the universe saying, listen, I know you've been hearing us. I know we've been saying the good is coming. Hang in there. Keep going. And we're just like, they didn't forget about us, right? They didn't forget about me, right? Right? Absolutely not. This is coming in as a very positive renewal. It has renewal to it. It's like, yes, there it is. There it is. Now I can truly believe what, Aunt has been telling me or others have been telling me, that the tides are changing. The energy's changing. We're almost there. We're getting there. Hang on, right? This is absolutely that. So it's going to be different for everyone, how it's showing up for you, because it is a mirror. It is a symbolic representation of your strife and your hardship being completed. Okay. Oh, I just love that. Okay. This is where we were talking about the mindset, right? There's the negative Nelly, focusing on the negative thoughts manifesting into real challenges, fear surrounding money, right? There needs to be changes coming in. There's abundance. There's new beginnings. There's a brilliant success, time of joyful accomplishment. It is truly the lenses that you look through. Okay? And so make sure that you are choosing to see this as the win and the symbolic representation that it holds as well. That it's not just something that you're going to brush off and go right back to expecting the worst. You are in this new successful season. You have completed it. You crossed the line. We are moving on, right? But you must allow yourself to that. You must allow yourself to move forward. You must move forward with the knowledge and the experiences from the lessons that you have learned through the last 3 to 5 years that have just pummeled you, right? We want to take that and go, okay, you know what? Let me remind myself of all of the results of those lessons. Self-confidence, tolerations, lack of tolerations, boundaries, unapologetic self-care, self-love, self-regulations. Like there's so much that the struggle season has taught us. Really highlighted and magnified, put almost like a spotlight on who we can trust, who is not trustworthy, who gets to has the privilege of having our time and energy, who doesn't, right? And so we have learned at literally light speed, more so in the last 3 to 5 years than any other time frames in our physical life, right? It has been wild. And so you may be moving forward and be like, well, Ange, I'm still feeling doubtful and I still have, you need to remind yourself. It's almost like this mental habit of doubting ourselves or expecting the worst, or it's a mental habit because when push comes to shove, when life pushed you hard and knocked you down, you got up. So what we're hearing in here is not real. It's not true. It is not the reflection of you in your experience. You just proved it to yourself. It was just proven to you. You have to take time to catch up with yourself. Be like, oh yeah, this is an old thought pattern that I'm having. This doesn't count, like this doesn't apply anymore. Look at how much I've changed and I've grown through this like boot camp of struggle, right? And so remind yourself to get out of this negative, doubtful, expecting the worst, not enough, I'm not enough type of mindset. You are, okay? And that this is a brilliant success. There you are floating in abundance. You are ready. You are abundant. You are prosperous. You are confident. You are clear, okay? And so take time. Take time to catch up with yourself. Journal and all the hardships and how you navigated it and what you learned from it. I think we're just moving on to the next thing. Remember when the world shut down in 2020 and everything slowed down and we said, I'm never doing that again. I'm never getting into the rat race again. I'm never hustling like that again. What do? Right back at it. Right? And so because we just pick up, instead of changing it, we just picked up and did what we automatically know because we are creatures of habits, right? So taking the time and go, whoa, that was a whole lot. Let me reflect, let me sit with it, let me journal on it and look at everything that has happened and how much change has come in and how much as a result of that I have changed and how much I have grown. Catch up with yourself. Right? Catch up with yourself. It's almost like you experienced it, but you don't know it. You haven't set time to like study it, right? It may have been, it's like if somebody reads something to you versus you studying it and going over it. It's two different ways of being able to retain it. And so there's almost this feeling of like, oh, we're not retaining what we have learned and grown with. We need to take this time to like sit with us so we can go, oh, okay. And that's how our mindset will catch up and how the outdated mindset that's no longer serving us, which has been popping up. It's been popping up, right? Is going to be released. And so this is really something that would be very valuable for you to do, to have this time to sit and reflect and journal and kind of go for it, even just in jot point, right? Like just put it in point form of like, everything that you experienced in the heart and how you advocated or how you tried something new and it didn't work and then you pivoted and how that worked. And there's really much this needing to catch up to this new version of you so that you're moving forward with that version and not fighting back and forth with an outdated version. Okay. Relationships in the forefront. New love coming in. I just heard a baby crying. So new babies coming into physical form, new pregnancies being announced or recognized, relationships making a turn. Wouldn't be surprised if we're moving through a season or we're currently in a season of dissolving, of relationships falling apart because we're really making room for aligned new relationships coming in. This is also friendships, guys. This is not only limited to romantic relationships. The people in your life and your connections, you want them to be aligned with this new higher frequency that you are at. that's how we move forward, right? And so there seems to be a little bit of a purge, a falling away of some relationships to make new room for new relationships coming in. This feels really good. It feels like an answered prayer, to be honest. There's a little bit of fear around there. Focusing on the negative, things not turning out the way that you anticipated. Forgiveness of self and others. Everything happens for a reason. Look for the hidden blessings. You are not who you were 12 months ago, and you sure are not who you were 36 months ago, right? And so now that you have grown and healed and learned, it raises your vibration. Therefore, your circle, your people around you, you may be at a different frequency for them, and that can come in with resentment. It can come in with disappointment. It can come in with irritations. And so there needs to be new aligned people, places, and things that are going to be flowing to you. That is part of the human experience, okay? That because we are so fearful of change, we have a lot of resistance, especially if it's coming in with dissolving or outgrowing in relationships. We tend to feel guilty or have that fear of like, oh, she thinks she's all that now, right? And whether that's actually being said or not, that's kind of the dialogue that has been ingrained. Something that has helped me just in my personal life is saying, you know, because Spirit told me this, because I remember, especially when I first started, I was like, oh my God, because my life literally changed. It literally changed. Everything about me changed when I realized my gifts and I start living a spiritually based life. Everything about me has changed, right? And I wanted to bring everybody with me because, oh my God, it has benefited my life in such a positive way. Come with me. And they were like, nah, right? And that's okay. And I remember feeling so torn. And what Spirit says is they can grow with you or they can catch up later, but you have to keep doing you, right? And I feel like, you know, 13 years later, I'm so much more comfortable with that because I don't want to get to the end of my life and be like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't go after what I wanted or made that risk because it made I was worried, you know, at 30 that somebody was going to say this or think that, right? I'm so glad that I spent the next 50 years of my life not doing that. Nobody wants to do that. As long as you are honoring yourself and you're not intentionally harming others, you have to keep honoring yourself moving forward. You don't want to give up your purpose and your path because you're worried somebody's going to snicker about you. They're going to snicker anyways. They probably already are snickering if they're of a lower vibration, right? Low vibes, love gossip, love snickering, love judgment, love comparison, right? We're outgrowing that. We have no time for that. No time for that, right? And so this is again with that shift of mindset, okay? There's also this almost fear. Thanks, Wanda. There's also this fear around getting your happy ending. Okay, this is real. We as humans are more comfortable with struggle. We are more comfortable hurting and struggling than we are thriving and receiving. Okay, and so now that we are moving into a receiving abundant season, this is prime opportunity for sabotage, self-sabotage, or feeling squirmy, like your shame stories coming up, right? Well, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes they don't want other people to know. Everybody is doing the best that they can with where they are at. And when you know better, you do better, right? And it's so easy to judge others and point the fingers, but you don't know their inner, right? And everybody, even if they're living a life that you don't agree with, they are literally doing their best. Okay? And so you have your birthright to change your story. to have good experiences, to start winning, to get what you want in life, to go after what you want in life, to admit to yourself what you want from this life. Okay? And it is uncomfortable. And it will absolutely put that spotlight on all the cracks that we need to heal and all the things that we need to forgive. Don't let a mistake or an experience that you had 20 years ago carry shame and influence the decisions that you make now. Okay? We are human. We are not perfect. And all is forgiven. Do your best. Let the past slide. Learn from it, grow from it, own it. But don't let it keep you in its invisible shackles. Shame is literally the worst. It is the worst. And when things start to work out for you, when you start to finally get happy or you start to finally win, those shame stories are going to be screaming at you. And you say, I am not my mistakes. Those were experiences that I had that in truth you're meant to have. You were meant to have that experience to teach you what you needed to learn, because everything in this life is very purposeful. This is your soul contract, right? Comes in. I did the best that I can. Maya Angelou's quote. It's my go-to shame story quote. You do the best that you can do. And when you know better, you do better, right? You didn't know better. And what we do as in the human mind, we will hold that past version of ourselves to this standard. And so Angela at 42 with life experience and therapy and healing and knowledge is not the same person as Angela 22. But I may look back at Angela version 22 and go, oh, and have judgment with these eyes because I know better now. And then create shame. Angela 22 didn't have what I have now. Didn't have the knowledge, didn't have the stability, didn't have the security, didn't have the self-love, right? And so she could not function like this version of myself. And that is okay. And I forgive her. And I'm so proud of her for keeping going and trying to figure it out, right? Willing to make the mistakes to figure it out. And she did, right? And so don't let this version of yourself change or rewrite, because that's what it will do. It will rewrite the truth to create the shame cycle. And we're not doing shame in 2026. We're just doing love and acceptance and healing and accountability and self-awareness. Okay. Money seems to be coming up. It seems to be on the forefront. Like you said, lots of promises of abundance coming in. Doesn't seem to be coming in as quickly as we want. So there is a lot of budget talk coming in. We're wanting it. It is important that we are budget minded without fear mongering yourself. Okay. There is a new beginning that is going to help the abundance. It's going to help the, flow of money coming in. When they move the money around, sometimes that means we're consolidating. Sometimes that means we are, changing how our money's going out or what we're bringing in or where we're putting it. Sometimes it means we're refinancing. So just the movement of the money is going to create a better feeling experience. Okay. And so keep this in mind as well, that this is going to bring in that abundance that you're looking for. Okay. And that this is something that is going to be worthwhile and trustworthy for you. And it is okay to have loyalty. But if this is a new opportunity coming in for a higher paying job, you got to take it, right? Because I almost feel this torn energy. Well, I love it here and they're so nice, but listen, you got to pay your bills and you got to have peace of mind. And so give yourself that permission to do what is best for you as well. Or if that shame story that we were talking about is intertwined in the finances, do not let the shame story keep you isolated. Have the conversations. There are educated people. There are debt consolidators. There are financial advisors. There's other people who have had similar experiences, right? That your banks, that can give you guidance. Because money is a big shame trigger, right? And the more that we shine light on it, the less the darkness, or that it removes the darkness. And so don't be afraid to admit your truth. The shame will prevent you from getting help. Being able to own it and speak it is how you change your story, because it allows help to come in. And so there's a lot of positivity around there. There's the new beginning, right? That's how you're going to get there. Now, this does feel like a lot for 1 week, but I think it's a lot of seeds being planted. It's a lot of things coming up, especially like you said, we have the change of the Chinese New Year coming in. There's a lot of anticipation moving forward. We have a full moon coming up. There's very much this feeling of ending a new beginning. So make sure that we are letting the old mindset, that shame, clear out, to bring in peace and connection and knowledge and opportunity and help, because there's help there. All right. So I'm going to leave that with you. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next weekend.